Little Hearts Matter is a charity that works right the way throughout the whole of the UK, and we are very lucky in that we have over 150 young people over the age of 10. We have actually developed some services for them at their request. So we try and create some sort of support network between the young people. They make friends, they can talk to each other about their challenges, and also we try and help them understand more about their hearts and understand how they can solve the problems that their heart problems create. So we don't want people to always be told no all the time. We want them to think about another way of doing something that would be safer for them. We are there to help them find the right, correct information that will help them make their own decisions as they grow up to be independent adults. People who are born with a normal heart have 4 chambers in their heart. 2 of them collect blood and 2 of them pump blood. Children born with only half a working heart only have 1 of the 2 pumps that they need. Some of the children have the pump that sends blood to the lungs to collect oxygen. Some of them have the pump that sends blood around the body, but they don't have both of them. So surgery has to be done to make sure that the 1 pump they do have pushes blood out around their body and gets as much oxygen to the body as possible. And all the blood going to their lungs has to be rerouted past all the blockages. So they will never have the same energy as somebody who has a whole heart because they've only got 1 pump doing the job of 2. Children born with only half a heart actually need to exercise just like every other child. The difference is that they can't exercise at full throttle. They can't run as fast perhaps as other children. They can't keep the energy levels going for as long. So yes, it's terribly important that they take part in some sort of sport, PE, some sort of exercise, but that they don't push their hearts too far. There's a golden rule that we use, which is that you can, as long as you can exercise and talk while you're exercising, then you can take part. If you get to the point where you're too breathless to talk, you should be stopping. Teenagers in secondary school have a number of challenges if they've only got half a heart. It's because they don't have the same energy levels as their peers. They're also growing through puberty, and hormonal changes at that time challenge the way that their body works and that their heart works. School is obviously there to help people gain qualifications that they can take out into the outside adult world, which will mean that they'll become independent people. So it's terribly important that young people with half a heart have a good education and gain as much as possible. But sometimes there needs to be a little bit of compromising or a little bit of thinking about what having half a heart means in school. For example, if a child is becoming tired, which often happens, they need to think about balancing the way that the week is structured and the way that homework perhaps is approached. PE lessons, very important, but you do need to think about how much energy is used up in a PE lesson. And you also need to think about how a young person can be included as much as possible in PE. You need to think about moving around between classrooms, especially if you've got to carry a big heavy bag. So you need to think about the environment at school, think about lifts if there's lots of stairs. You need to think about perhaps having a buddy who could help carry books around. Perhaps think about having 5 minutes extra to move between classrooms, so leaving a classroom 5 minutes earlier. You also need to think about how you get on with the other people in your class. You want to make sure you have good relationships with your friends and that they have a really good understanding of what's different for your heart. There are many things that are exactly the same. So, you need to also stress that you're a normal person if you've got half a heart. It's just that there might be some physical things you can't do. And as you're planning things like GCSEs, and A-levels or beyond, you need to be thinking about what's actually going to take you into an independent adulthood, okay? So it needs to be making sure that the GCSE choices are helping you to get where you want to get safely. One of the greatest joys of my job is working with young people who only have half a heart, because although they have lots and lots of challenges in their lives, they are great young people. They are full of the life that they can have. They've got some energy, if not as much as their friends have, and they've got great ideas, and they want to push understanding of their heart conditions, and they want to push their lives forward and achieve as much as they possibly can, and that is very exciting.